Have you ever heard of Axel Ocelot by Curtains?
Someone told me that I talk too much, but they just don't like it when I open up.
Yeah, so last night I was a bit bored, so I made it. I remade it. This is what it sounds like.
Someone told me that I talk too much, but they just don't like it when I open up.
I'm gonna be showing you how I did it because I feel like it. Anyways, the song itself is pretty simple. I'll break it up into like each part, I guess. I'll be going into like the vocals and like the mix at the end. Just gotta focus on the beat right now. So the opening is pretty simple. It's just like these little guitar plucks. I actually got this pluck off a pack. This is what like the serum looks like. I think every instrument I used on here was from serum. So it goes into that, and then it jumps into this part right here. So this is like the verse, and this is pretty simple as well. It continues on this guitar pluck, and then I added on another I guess like bass almost, but it's, you know, it's hyper pop. I know music. Oh, by the way, this comes from the same pack as well, and I think it's actually the same instrument. Yeah, so it's the same instrument, but they're just, you know, different. Then there's 808. Usually with an 808, you want to add a kick, but I don't think there was any in the original song. None of this is like identical to like what the song is and what my beat is. So if there's some things that are wrong, that makes sense because it's not, you know. So then there's another little guitar pluck, and that is pretty simple as well. It's the same guitar. I forgot all of this. I made it last night. Everything is staying pretty consistent for the right now. Like, I'm not taking anything out. It's kind of just adding instruments on throughout the song, throughout each part of it. And then this is like the bridge. Pretty much the only difference is I took out this 808 and added somewhat of a sub bass. That is this right here. This comes from another pack. Nothing really crazy. Then it goes on to the chorus. I didn't even bother to separate the pattern. I'll separate this out real quick just so you can get in like some layers. So this only has a few layers. It's got this right here, which is actually the same bass as this right here, but I just added some distortion on here on the bass. So it's got a fast distortion, fruity blood overdrive, which if you want to get like make your 808s louder, I recommend using the blood overdrive. And then I was like an EQ. I just added some more low end onto that and took out some of the mids. Then there's this instrument right here. And that is same pack, actually. This is a good pack. This one right here, I forget where I got it from. This guy right here. And it's a great pack. I use it a lot. If you could find it, then go find it. It was like $5. Shout out to that guy. I love you. I'll play the drums alone. It's got a kick. It's got this rim. There's one instrument. I didn't use anything from the original song except this little thing right here, and I don't know what this is. It's such a cool little, I don't like, I don't know if it's a perk or what, but it's so neat and awesome. I didn't even know what to search to find it, so I just kind of stole it off the song, threw it in there. I changed the pitch of those a little bit. It's just like the last part right here. The chorus goes on for a little bit longer, and that adds on the guitar from the beginning. And that's pretty much like the song. One more thing. There is this little camera. I didn't bother to get like the full camera effect, which is what's in the song.
Someone told me that I talk too much, but they just don't like it when I open up. I be talking on my shit because I had enough.
So vocals are pretty simple. I have a preset that I made. I don't use other people's like vocal mixes. I think that a vocal mix, it really all depends on the mic you're using. I'm using a Scarlett, the mic that comes with the interface.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, so this is editing me. I'm kind of a mess right now. I recorded this segment like 3 times. I'm really tired. I've been editing for like 10 hours straight. I wanted to quickly add on a bit more to this like audio mixing segment because I feel like there's a lot more things that I have to say about it. This is all just like a brief summary of just like the specific things that can affect the vocal mix. You can skip this part if you don't really care about it. Pretty much all I said in the video was the mix depends on your mic, the mic that you're using, which yes is true. The first thing I want to start off by saying is that I said that I don't use other people's mixes in the song, which when I first started out I used like a Little Mosey vocal mix. And so that was almost kind of a blatant lie. Yeah, your voice all has a play. For example, my voice is naturally very nasally, so it kind of sounds like I'm sick all the time. So that has a part in how I EQ my vocals. It could also have to do with the room you're in, how much echo there is. Specifically, my room is very echoey. Everything bounces off these walls. I have this thing actually that I record with, and that helps somewhat as well. You know, even the genre you're on, you're not gonna want a hyperpop mix on like a jazz song. The vocal effects that you wanna have on the song for this song specifically, and even for just like a lot of Kurtains style, he doesn't have a lot of vocal effects. It's kind of just clean vocals, which is something that I do as well. I don't usually add a lot of reverb or delay, whatnot, maybe sometimes. Even just like the instruments that are on the song, that can affect the frequency of the whole beats. You know, just because you have a specific mix that works on one beat, it does not mean that it's going to work on another beat. In the simplest terms, I'm sure I'm missing out on some things. I wish I could go more in depth. In reality, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Even like mainstream artists, a lot of the times they don't mix their own vocals. It's kind of rare, and that's not a bad thing at all. One thing you'll learn in music is that mixing vocals, or even just mixing, mastering music, nobody knows what they're doing, and nobody is perfect at what they do. So that is the mixing segment, I guess, summed up right there. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go back to editing. But maybe it works for you guys if you want to copy this. I got the key. I use this Autotune Pro, which is like the industry standard, whatnot. You can use any Autotune you want. Unfortunately, if you have a bad autotune, it probably will show. So if you were to buy anything, I would recommend buying an autotune, like Autotune Pro or some type of good autotune. Even though it does cost like $20 a month. I do pay it. I didn't crack it. I swear. I'm poor. The EQ is just the classic, pretty stock EQ. I got 2 EQs on there. I had some fresh air. Fresh air is awesome. There's a compressor. I actually have 2 compressors. Compressor 1, compressor 2. Sound Goodizer is awesome. It's a cheat code. If I didn't have Sound Goodizer, I don't know what I'd do. I got a de-esser, and I have a limiter to noise gate out background sounds, whatnot. This was what it sounded like.
Someone told me that I talk too much, but they just don't like it when I open up.
That's for the for like the bass vocals. It's not the best mix in the world. It works. Unless you're like a loser, you're not gonna listen to someone's song and be like, oh my god, the mix is trash. Unless it actually is trash, which you have all the resources in the world to make a good mix or like a listenable mix. Then I have for like the other parts of the song, I have layers on them.
Who let the stars out? I'm fucking hurting, can't you see? Who let the stars out? I'm knocking on curtains, bitch, it's me, axel, ocelot.
So I pretty much just took the same mix and I panned each one left and right. So I have a bass vocal.
Who let the dogs out? I'm fucking hurting, can't you see?
And then I have the higher one.
Who let the dogs out? I'm fucking hurting, can't you see?
You know how harmonies work. And that's it, I think. Yeah, that's about it. Really, it's a good song. Very simple. I remember cause before I started like producing whatnot, I would listen to like songs like this. I really liked this song, and I'm like, this beat looks so complicated. And until I actually started just like producing it myself, I'm like, this is possible. Like I can actually make stuff like this. I never thought I could produce, and it's pretty cool that I'm like kind of learning that you are able to do this. Like it's not like impossible, and it's also pretty simple. Like I feel like this song, for me at least, kind of like, especially at the chorus, has this effect where it's like super bass droppy, like, and I always had this idea that's like, if you want something to hit super hard on the chorus, you needed a ton of like instrument, like a ton of 808s. I don't know what I'm talking about. You might get what I'm saying. I don't know, but I just think it's cool. It's a good song. Good job, Curtains. He made this beat. I didn't. I just recreated it. See you later.
Someone told me that I talk too much, but they just don't like it when I open up. I be talking all my shit cause I had enough. So mysterious, I don't even talk a lot. So lost a lot. The man with a mask, it was him all along with a plan. It wasn't me, now you can see Axel's back and free. So show your stories coming through. He's had enough, you're fucking screwed. It's going red, it's going blue. Silo rages through the roof. Death. Who let the stars out? I'm fucking hurting, can't you see? Who let the stars out? I'm knocking on curtains, bitch, it's me, axel, ocelot.
03?
Snapshots, they think things are fine. Song about the jackpot, where's my fucking prize? I did everything I could and more. It's way too much for me, no surprise. Way so too much. Your stories coming through. He's had enough, you're fucking screwed. It's going red, it's going blue. Silo rages through the roof. Death. Who let the stars out? I'm fucking hurting, can't you see?